it with that in mind. They just kind of play, have fun. If it's for them, if it's meant to be, that'll happen. But now, I think that's what we're starting to see with Christian. He's just having a blast playing Lee and enjoying the game, and the results are definitely there. And it's Hwoarang, not Kunimitsu, Reno. For speaking.
That's nice, classic pick from Speedkicks right here. That's his trademark character. His name is Speedkicks, not Speed Kunai.
Ever since he's been back, though, I've seen a lot of his streams, and it's been a lot of Kunimitsu, right? It's been a lot of non-Hwoarangs.
Yeah,
that's the thing.
Oh yeah, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, him coming back into the game, he's like, oh man, there's all these characters now that I don't know much about. So he's definitely trying to refamiliarize himself with these new characters and everything. But I think when it comes to a competitive level like this, he wants to be as familiar with his character as much as possible.
Definitely. Yeah, I was wondering if we'd see the Kunimitsu. I think it would be a more favorable matchup, actually, against the Lee. But, when it comes to everything's on the line, single limb, picking the main makes sense.
Yeah, it's one of those things, just like with our fellow Anakin over here, Jack might not be the strongest character in the game, but it's his strongest character, right? Maybe Speedkicks feels the same way.
Then again, in the best of 5 set, you do have that one extra game, so there's a little bit more room to switch or to kind of strategize around maybe a 2-character strategy and whatnot. If a lot of times when I'm thinking about playing multiple characters, usually you have to see how the first game goes, right? And if Christian just blows Speedkicks out 3-0, then you're probably leaning more in favor of switching, and that's kind of the decision you have to make once you cross that bridge. But so far so good in the first game. It's not totally a wash yet. Christian, of course, is going to be looking strong, but Speedkicks is the type of guy that will slowly catch on the more you play.
This round's going to be a scramble right here. Coming down to just a few hits. Slide mix. Doesn't bite.
Counter hit.
Wall. What an adjustment. That was super smart. Spike him down right away on the sidewall. Well done. 2-round lead.
Yeah, Christian's Lee combos are very on point from what I've seen.
Just excellent awareness, and he's looking extremely sharp. Acid Rain punishes on -12 stuff. Mixing him up with the slides.
The first mistake right there for Christian. He dropped the big opportunity for the wall, but he tries to keep the ball moving with keeping Speedkicks, pinned. However, Speedkicks, defense paying off. He got himself off the wall, but not that much life left to play with, and he's slowly bleeding out. Plenty of time left for Christian to poke these last few hits in.
Speed not even working with Rage yet, but gets a big one.
He hasn't tailspun yet. Oh!
And the lows coming up big time. Oh my god.
Closing it out with the down 3-4, risky, but it worked out.
Christian answering back, slide mixies.
Not the first time that I've seen Christian open up with slide mix-ups just blatantly like that. Just taking advantage of the fact that people are playing more safe in a single elimination tournament, opening with something more bold.
Hunting Hawk finds his mark. And that's the thing about Christian too. He has such unique slide mix options. I've seen him do slide, crush dash, to 4-4-3. Wow. But Speedkicks though.
And this, yet another round. Christian had such a great start.
Nice.
Jab Rage Art. No chances taken.
That was the safe. Yeah, that was about as safe as you could play it, dude. I was there's 100 ways to kill, but there's only one that he really wanted to do. He's I need to get it.
Jab Rage Art.
That game was slipping though. You guys could definitely, I could see it. I know you guys could. It was somewhat slipping. You know what I mean? Better to put a lid on it and then reset the momentum, get more time to think, you know what I mean, before you start going into battle again. Because I think if that continued on for another few rounds, you know what I mean, Speedkicks would just start to learn more and more, honestly. That experience would just start coming into play right there.
Yes. I noticed Christian having big, an explosive start right at the beginning, 80% lead, I think, in 2 of those rounds. The first one slipped away, got caught by the Baekdu-san, Raha. The next one was slipping big time. He seems to just be getting a little anxious at Speed's comeback presence. But had enough of a dominant life lead through those games to hang on. So it was well done.
Yeah. This is where the game really begins, right? Because Speedkicks is a information type of player for sure. So Game 1 is definitely him mostly trying to collect information, maybe even more so than trying to just win those first couple of rounds. So if I was in Christian's seat right now, I'd be a little afraid of what adjustments are coming from Speedkicks.
we might even see a character switch because honestly, that pace that Christian brings to the table with Lee is very fast paced. And Hwoarang, when you slip up on your timings, you slip up and you leave your opponent windows to jab or to counter hit. Hwoarang does a lot of that with the flamingos and the transitions. You know, it's a double-edged sword because sometimes you can counter hit the other player as a Hwoarang. Christian just plays so fast that it leaves you with little room to just do any type of like mistakes. You can't make any mistakes because you're gonna get kind of hit with Lee with its magic four, back four. Back four was what sealed the deal right there. There's a character switch. It was just not what Speedkicks, you know what I mean? Like he was not able to play the match that he wanted to play because of honestly his character. And it's funny because that's the kind of guy he is. You know, he just blames his character and switches. And so this is one time where I'm agreeing that it might play out a little bit better just because Kuni doesn't have to be in Flamingo setup. She could just start standing and start fighting.
She could just do back like just like that. Like that to get away from Christian's offense. All right, 2-2 strings coming out.
Christian's sticking to the game plan. He's just playing keep out right now.
There's still certainly more pressure on Speedkicks than on Christian right now because, I mean, the more that Speedkicks goes in the hole at this point, it's just going to become a much more difficult comeback to make, honestly. I mean, Christian has looked just as good as Speedkicks has in this tournament, if not even better, to be honest.
Even just going from the first game, I mean, I felt like Christian was carried through by just how clean he was, situation to situation, the punishes, the combos. But this is definitely a new dynamic now that Speed can make so much space so fast.
There's more range, there's more keep out, there's just like, you know what I mean? You don't have to worry about stance transitions too much like Hwoarang. There's a lot to consider, so more room to make mistakes. But with Speedkicks' Kuni, he can just play the basic kind of simple, solid gameplay that he's really known for all those years.
Right.
The Kunimitsu pick really looking like it's working out for him right now. Trying to establish a nice momentum for himself, controlling the space, controlling the speed of the match.
He's smelling blood. Christian has not pressed a button in such a long time. I mean, you can really see the fear. You'd be a factor here.
Punch parry?
Interesting. A lot more.
Come on.
Not sure what he was looking for there. I mean, there's just so many things that are going to shut that down. Christian getting backed into a corner. And having a hard time fighting out.
Yeah, super scary position to fight from right there with their balcony break right behind you.
He's taking more wall pressure again. All right, here's a chance. He's going to burn the rage. Try to get something started. That is not a good start.
Still, it's just one combo here will put him in winning position. He cannot afford to lose any more hits.
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Okay.
Wake up low kick.
Nice. That was dominant. Yes. Total turnaround with the character switch. And I think that's sort of what Christian feared. I think Lee plays into the Hwoarang matchup really well. Whereas, you know, this ability to stay away from the super up close, brawly type situations, Lee's counter hit buttons, Speed just looked so comfortable.
Yeah, he was looking really dominant. You know, 3 rounds straight, he looked like he was super comfortable, which was kind of unexpected with him coming in with this character that I've barely seen him play. But I mean, he has an Omega Kunimitsu, so he definitely knows how to use the character.
Right.
I think Christian will start to turn up the heat a little bit in this game. I think he knows what he did wrong that time. The mistake clearly was that he did too little. He just sat there and was blown away by what Speedkicks was doing. You got to press buttons. Lee has a lot of good buttons. We didn't really see much setting 4s, see a lot of just keep out moves in general. He just kind of rushed it down. And on the other hand, like his defense suffered as a result because he was just kind of focusing on getting that 2-0 lead, just breaking Speedkicks up. But yeah, I think he could do it. Yeah, he's not going to switch characters or anything like that. So the adjustments really have to lie within the character and like just fighting against Speedkicks, honestly. Needs to pick up a couple tendencies, needs to do better than last game. And really, if there's one thing that really affected the match, that's what I would go for, honestly. That's what I'd go for.
Yeah, it's not like Speed was able to win that without taking any risks, right? Like we see some of the strings coming out. We see him committing to power crushes. The opportunities are there for Christian. He just needs to find them.
Yeah, I think he's like already gotten into his own head of being scared of Kunimitsu's movement, so that he's afraid to establish some type of offense.
Yeah. Christian on the violet systems are his stage. I mean, the importance is going to be so. The beginning is going to be so important for Christian. You said that mentally is where he can really have his like big weak spots, and if things don't go his way, he starts to get in his own head. And with how badly he lost against Kunimitsu, if it continues to go the same way at the start of this game, he might not really see a way out. I think he might start like kind of doubting himself. But a confident Christian is definitely scary. I mean, we saw that. Here he comes right now. He's going in, and Speedkicks defense once again.
Yeah, Speedkicks instantly recognizing that Christian is going for these counter hit 4 setups, was able to move around it, duck under the standing 4s, launch them for it, and now he's at the wall.
Look at this momentum, just the one launch and all these mix-ups coming. That's a nice whip punish. Christian still at the wall. Gonna get shut down. Speedkicks draws first blood.
That's 4 rounds straight right now. We are keeping count. It is something that you got to keep track of.
I like the 1+2 presence from Christian, though. He is paying attention. He sees that Speed is trying to step around the Magic 4s.
Nice block on the ninja bullshit.
Oh,
what a hopney.
Super good disrespectful hopney there.
Okay.
Oh, right back at you.
This is the one moment for Christian where he can start to build momentum, get some confidence back. His mix afterwards needs to be on point, though, because he could win the round, and instead he gives it away.
Oh, he gave it back, gave it back! Low,
Slide.
kept him alive.
Oh.
They're scrambling, they're both scrambling hard for that round.
Speedkicks is just will scramble better 100% of the time. Like he's still got that young man reactions. He's still got that speed and everything like that. And he knows, like, as an experienced tournament player, in those moments, his opponent's more likely the one to like shell up defensive, start playing defensive. He can capitalize. He knows.
That's why I'm saying, like, you know, players like Joey and Speedkicks are cheaters because they have the old man experience and the young man reactions.
That's not fair, dude. Okay.
Nice hop.
Really good with the low blocks. I don't like that he went for the jump over tech at the wall, but he's hanging on to this game. Just needs one more solid hit. There it is.
Could have been 2-1 in favor of Christian right now, but that pivotal round, that second round, was just super important. But he's on the board now, and he cannot really. He still can't make mistakes. This is a big important game.
It seems like he's got his footing now, but he cannot afford to slip at all.
Yes. Speedkicks being super annoying with the low kicks too. I'm starting to notice how those are adding up.
1 4 4 3. That's tied up again. Wow.
Is that a whiff punish using set 2?
I thought maybe it was. What a challenge with the 10 framer though. I like that.
Okay. Very tense situation. Both players trying to avoid getting hit with that big move. With Lee has so many. You really got to pick your spots if you Speedkicks.
Christian with the duck on the third, but fourth hit catching him.
Oh, counter
Coming
hit
out of the wire. He converted. Is it going to be dead? It could be.
Is that a wall?
Could be. Not quite. Not quite. Here's a mix. And that's it. Low mid. Unfortunate trade for Christian.
Good stuff to speed Kunai. Really sticking to his guns out there.
That game kind of reminded me of like the first game that he played against Trojan, where it was like the round count didn't really tell the story. It was a lot of close rounds, and if just one round, one moment, one mistake got changed a little bit, it could have really shifted the entire outcome of the match, man. Honestly, these little things are things you cannot afford to these little mistakes you can't afford to make those in a matchup against Speedkicks. I mean, he prides himself on playing like perfectly. Speedkicks, he's by the book. He does everything right? So it's basically a battle of who makes less mistakes. And Speedkicks, he's retired, right? He hasn't played in a while, so he's actually dropping combos.
It is first to 3 also, by the way, right? So it ain't over yet. I was under the impression it was, but yeah.
Oh yeah, you forgot? It's first to 3, man.
Forgot for a second,
Make it
definitely felt like it was over.
Yeah, still more to play.
Yeah, but I don't know. If you guys were Christian right now, what would be going through your heads?
I would maybe look to try to low parry some of these low kicks. If you never try to stop the small low pokes, your opponent's just gonna be able to boom, boom, tap a few of those in, few around, and they may not look like they deal a lot of damage, but they just set you up perfectly to that combo kills. You know what I mean? Like it's because of those low kicks that he did. So I mean, he's doing those for free. I see, and there's not even like any fuzzy attempts or just times where Christian is suspicious that a low kick could come, and just pairing one of those would change the way that Speedkicks uses the low moves. I mean, he's just getting in close, and then if Christian is just maybe not as familiar with the frames on the pokes and the close-up game against Kunimitsu as he is with other characters, and that's kind of what leads to some of these mistakes. And if he just taps down forward every now and then, that at the right time, of course, it always is going to be a risky thing that you do, trying to low parry lows. But I saw a lot of just freebie lows from Speedkicks that game. I don't know. It's tough too because you also know that Speedkicks kind of anticipate your adjustments and adjust ahead of time as well. That's just the game we're playing at the high level right here.
I think the thing with Christian is that he always like needs little reminders like to represent that hop knee. That might be a huge factor in just dealing with some of these stray low pokes.
Yeah, it looks like Speedkicks is definitely coming in with like the classic, little bit of an old school mentality, right? You know, just poke them in the legs a few times and they're gonna give it to you.
Exactly. It's just this simple formula has worked for like decades and shit. Like he's just using it right now, just going low, and then they're ducking. They's going mid. Right here though, can Christian close it? It's just that it's time is so good, man.
Forward denied big time by set 2 right there. Jesus. What a block. Now too late. Christian's still hunting for forward 4, even after it was denied.
8 seconds left. They need to make a move.
He's got rage to work with. There was a chance there.
He's gonna look for a slide.
One mix up.
Wow, what a hoppy.
Yeah, I mean the time is running out. It becomes more clear to see like what they need to do. Like the options they have to steal the round for you start to get lower and lower as time winds down. Honestly.
Yeah, Speed knew he needed like the time to set up the big slide mix up. So just the disrespectful hop kick. Very clear read for him.
The thing is though, Christian's punishment with Acid Rain is so good. I think that if he had blocked that hop knee right up there at the very end in the clutch, it might have turned everything around.
Right, it would have stole it back.
But Christian having a pretty good life lead right here. Can he hold on to it? He's getting kicked in the legs.
Oh, there you go.
There it is.
There's the adjustment that Anakin was looking for. Wow, into a Hitman 2?
Hey, he won the round off of it? Cool. We need that about 8 more times. Or no, 5 more times.
Yeah, he got the game, he got the freebie.
And again, when you start to parry that once or twice, you will change the way your opponent uses those lows. And you never know, like just taking that away from his tool set, how it affects other moves as well. It's a domino effect. So you gotta start small, you know what I mean? And you never know what will happen after that.
Christian looking a little bit out of control. He's misspacing all over the place.
Yeah, he's dashing forward way more than he's dashing backwards. And he gets hit not blocking there.
Yeah, got hit with the first hit of Ninja Bullshit Whip, and then he got hit with the launch punishable second.
All right, here we go. Set point now for Speedkicks, trying to move on into the top 4, going into the semifinals of the tournament. Christian put up a really good show in the first round, took out Nashi in dominating fashion, but here he's running into a roadblock. Cannot get past this Kunimitsu after looking really good in the first game. Kind of really handled that Hwoarang very well, and I guess maybe a little bit of unpreparedness here in this category.
DLC power-up.
Yeah,
too real.
You know, Christian's the type to lab everything up, spend hours in practice mode, and learn every situation and master it so that he's ready for it in battle. And maybe he hasn't had the time to take this into the lab as he would have liked. You know what I mean? Down 3, and he's missing things that he would never ever miss in a regular match too. So it's all adding up now, guys.
Confidence might be fading, and he just got hella caught mashing double jab string into the down forward 1-2.
Speedkicks though, representing San Diego, California. Showing that, you know, the retired guys get it done too. He is officially moving on, and the first guy into our top 4, looking pretty good. I mean, it was a situation that I was in, definitely a pickle for sure. Losing the first game with Hwoarang in like a convincing fashion, and actually making that decision to switch to Kunimitsu. I mean, if he switches to Kunimitsu right there and he loses, that's 0-2. That might as well be pretty much death, right? But he won 3 straight games. Kunimitsu made it look really, really easy, and just a very simple recipe, simple formula. You never know how little things you add into your game will change the whole outcome of the match. Like those low kicks, I think they set the tone. It was too little, too late. The first time we saw Christian parry one of those lows, Speedkicks just took over. Yeah.